New episode review. There was a surprise in there which I was not expecting, because the previous episode preview teased this, and I thought maybe it is just, misleading, but it apparently wasn't. I was really surprised to see it this episode, and I will talk about it. So at the start, there's a tree that apparently survived the war because, a lot of the villages were left damaged. I'm not sure how that happened, because when Sasuke went to the village, it was okay before he went to fight in the war. But then again, I think, maybe the storms of the Jubi transforming and all that kind of stuff ruined a lot of the nearby villages or something like that. And also Naruto and Sasuke's fight caused a big freaking storm because of the nuclear missiles they launched at each other. So that really didn't help, right? So yeah, there was this tree that survived. Naruto is trying to, help the tree come back to life or whatever it is, because the tree apparently seems to be dying or not doing well against the amount of damages received. But I think this tree symbolizes, the old generation, Naruto's generation, and what they are about. And at the end of the episode, we see a little bit of we see it growing just a little bit, meaning that that those times are old and there is new times in which new ninjas and new people will flourish. And the fact that it is green shows that they have a brighter future instead of Naruto and all the people within his generation, which is kind of ironic, because psych, guess what, the Relief Village gets destroyed because yeah, people will fight no matter what, right? The next point I want to talk about is the arguing of who is the strongest Hokage to Metal Lee and Iwabi. I'm thinking, okay, you attend ninja school, right? And they should teach you what happened during the war, because it was one of the most recent important events that happened. The person who holds the strongest tail beast within the entire ninja world is Naruto, and not only that, he apparently still holds the other tail beasts, which allows him to create his, his Biju mode or whatever with the Godamas behind him, right? Apparently, which doesn't seem to be the case at all, if you ask me, right? The thing is, we already know how strong these Kage are, and I thought maybe they learned some new jutsu which will help them compete against Naruto and Sasuke. But the truth is, if they were to fight Naruto and Sasuke, they would completely blitz them, okay? Naruto would completely blitz all the Kages by himself with the amount of power that he has. So it's like, yeah, your Hokage is the strongest out of all of them, right? Like, Naruto and Sasuke were the strongest, are the strongest of the entire world, the entire ninja world. So I don't know how they got their ass blitzed by Kara and probably even Kawaki, right? We don't know what happened, and it's hinted that they are dead or something like that, but we don't know for sure. It is just a cliffhanger to keep you reading Boruto. That is pretty much all it was. You know what I'm saying? It's just a marketing strategy. Metal Lee and Iwabe keep fighting, and eventually they hit Shino, who gets no ratings at all. So no one likes Shino, right? Apparently he's the best teacher and they really like him, but when it comes to him doing his shit, they really don't respect him. And why didn't Iwabe and Metal Lee get punished for what they did? They actually assaulted a teacher. Even though it was a mistake, they still fucked up because they were not listening and paying attention as when they should be. Okay, Sarada starts fronting because she has a Sharingan, right? And she does something which is a little bit immature by trying to boast, right? Apparently, her Shuriken Jutsu is 10 out of 10 because it is her own skill, even though she was using the Sharingan, which is kind of cheating, but at the same time it is not, because it belongs to her. It is her ability. And the thing is, she is trying to portray herself as being a 10 out of 10 when it comes to Shuriken Jutsu, when she's actually using the Sharingan to help herself. And she starts boasting, which is something Boruto will do, but Sarada is doing it, and she accuses Boruto of being childish, which is not the case at all. Even though Boruto is childish sometimes, Sarada can be childish. She is still, young. She's still a child in a way. So obviously, Boruto does the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and he does a combo which absolutely fails because he hits the wrong people with his Shuriken, and Sarada activates her Sharingan just for an instant. And I thought that was cool. Maybe Sarada could use this as her own unique way of using the Sharingan, just activating it just for an instant, just to be able to copy jutsus or something like that. At first, I really didn't think anything of it. I thought maybe she was trying to read Boruto's movements, but no, she actually copied the shadow clone jutsu. And in the episode preview for this episode, you know, we saw her doing the hand seals, and I really didn't think anything of it. I thought maybe she was trying to copy the shadow clone jutsu, or maybe she fucked up Boruto and said, this jutsu that you do is not going to do anything because, you know, I can see through it with my Sharingan. But no, she actually copies the shadow clone no jutsu. She actually copies the shadow clone jutsu, which was a big surprise to me. So she was fighting Chocho and she activated her Sharingan. You know, she even used the shadow clone jutsu, which was surprising. But the thing is like you're competing against Hokage, Naruto, and Boruto, who have a big advantage because of their chakra. So it's like you can't keep up, you know what I'm saying? You don't have the chakra necessary to be able to create a lot of clones. But then again, it is Sarada. She almost collapsed, right? Because she overused her Sharingan and Konohamaru appears. And he gives her a little bit of advice about the Sharingan, but I don't think Konohamaru is the right person to be giving, you know, Sarada advice on the Sharingan. If anyone, it should be Kakashi, because Kakashi has used the Sharingan way longer than any person in the entire village, because barely anyone even has the Sharingan, you know what I'm saying? And also, I think, you know, Sarada could really use some help from Shin, because they already know how to use their Mangekyo Sharingan. And even though, you know, they still need to develop their skills, they have some kind of use of the Sharingan. They have the mature stage and the Mangekyo, for God's sake. So, I think they would be a better option than Konohamaru. Anyways, you know, the Kages appear, right? They all have this flashing, dazzling appearance, which was really cool to see, right? The Raikage, the new Raikage, right? Darui appears like the fucking Titan, like the colossal Titan. This nigga appears with fucking lightning, right? And I thought, whoa, is this some Attack on Titan shit? Like, whatever. It was really cool. And obviously all the Kages appear and shit. You know what I'm saying? But the most important one, it's obviously Kurosushi. Okay, so because look, I need to analyze this. Okay, so from what I see, right, she's not wearing anything underneath, you know what I'm saying? It's either she's wearing, you know, some kind of tights which, you know, are the same color as her skin, or either that, or she's not wearing anything below that, you know what I'm saying? So my question is like, so you see her bodyguard, right? It's like you're standing behind her and shit, you know what I'm saying? And it looks like she ain't wearing shit. So it's like how do you resist the temptation, you know what I'm saying? So she makes her appearance, right? Looks like she's not wearing any fucking thing underneath, which is good, right? I would love to be her fucking assistant. And yeah, if that is the case, me being me, right, she would have kids already, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they talk about peace, and they really raise a very good point, and that is that Kaguya, you know, raised an entire army for a different purpose than the shinobi. And the thing is that apparently there's a bigger threat, which is Momoshiki and Kinshiki coming up. I don't really think so, because the weakness of Momoshiki was really obvious. All you had to do was just take out his Rinnegan, and that's it. Literally, he's really vulnerable. He's completely vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? So even though he's powerful, he is not that powerful compared to Kaguya. At least Kaguya knew how to fight or use her abilities to some extent. All Momoshiki knew how to do was just use his Rinnegan. That's it. That's really it. I mean, Kinshiki would have been a better comparison. Imagine if Kinshiki actually absorbed Momoshiki. That would have been a better fight, because Kinshiki knew how to fight and he did not rely a lot on, you know, ninjutsu in a way. So it's like Kinshiki would have been a better, you know, enemy than Momoshiki. Momoshiki barely knows how to fight. He even got cornered by the Kages, for God's sake. So it's like, yeah, I don't think he's much of a threat. But the Kages do raise a big issue, which is that the new generation is not ready yet, right? They are still, you know, they are just born like not long ago, you know what I'm saying? They're still honing their skills and stuff, and the war has left a lot of people dead, meaning that the rest of the shinobi out there might have even retired or something like that, because, you know, when you go to war and come back, they might have some PTSD going on or whatnot. So it's like the old generation, I think some of them are semi-retired or something like that, and the new generation just got started, so they are not ready. which means the Kages are gonna have to take on the enemies upon themselves, right? Which is the case right here. So, you know, that was a good analysis right there. And when the meeting was happening, Boruto went to deface Naruto's Hokage statue, right? The stone faces, the great stone faces. And thing is, this is an adaptation of Naruto chapter 700. Apparently, right? And the thing is, according to the official timeline, right, which they released, chapter 700 must have happened already a very long time ago. So this is like an error in there, which I will put in my things you missed. So yeah, this is a tip right there that you got. So yeah, this apparently, according to their timeline, has already happened, but I don't know why it's happening again. I guess the anime is just a clusterfuck of whatever they can put together to delay, you know, what happens after the movie and whatnot. So Boruto is trying to deface the Hokage statues, right? The Hokage stone faces, and Sarada comes in to fight Boruto. It almost ends in a draw until Boruto wins by using the Kage Bunshin. So it doesn't matter what Sarada does, Boruto is better because he can use better shadow clones, and you know, he's the closest thing to Naruto, if anything. So Boruto wins. And I like how Mitsuki just comes and says they make a great couple and they are just arguing and shit. So it's like, I don't think Sarada actually has a crush on Boruto yet. So it's like, I want to see how she develops a crush on Boruto. You know what I'm saying? That would be interesting to see. Maybe it happens in the next arc, because after the next arc must come the movie arc, okay? Because people are tired of waiting, and we know Boruto is not going to develop in any kind of way, because during the movie he can only do the shadow clone still. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't learned the Rasengan. So it's like, we know Boruto is not going to get any development in terms of jutsu's techniques or whatnot. I don't know about Iwabe, Denki and the rest, but if anything, Boruto is not the person who's going to get a lot of development in the next upcoming arc. But yeah, that's me keeping it real. And Naruto obviously comes and he says, yeah, this boy is a bad boy, right? Instead of stopping Boruto, he just stood there, and then the rest of the Kage started laughing, right? Which is funny. And they were kind of mocking him, because Naruto said that, you know, this is a new generation which are going to surpass me. And then he looked, and then we can see the new generation which Boruto at this point represents, and he's doing all this stupid shit, which Naruto also did. You know what I'm saying? Naruto surpassed his predecessors. So it's like, yeah, that was a funny scene. But that is when the episode ends, and I will be doing my episode preview, you know, soon enough. It's question time, and the first question comes from Truth for Life. He says, Cycles, I was wondering what you would think if Sarada ended up being Kari's daughter after all. Hypothetically speaking, do you think it would be a good idea on Kishimoto's part, or would it look bad? It would look bad on Kishimoto because he's making characters that cheat. It would look bad on Sasuke because he has not been really, you know, that loyal to Sakura in terms of, you know, taking care of her, because he has never been there for Sakura, you know, except when they were freaking having sex, right? And it will not look good on Sakura because she has been really obsessive over Sasuke for the entire show, which pissed a lot of people off. So in the end, thank God it actually paid off. If it did not, Sakura would really look bad, because, you know, she was kind of desperate for Sasuke, and the fact that, you know, if that was to fail, then that means she will look bad, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that would also upset the pairings on Tumblr, because, you know, the people on Tumblr are really obsessive with their pairings, and if you go there trying to diss their pairings, they will light you the fuck up, okay? So I advise you people not to go there and diss their pairings. And also, yeah, it is what it is. That would, you know, upset them and everyone who, you know, accepts the characters or likes the characters, making your favorite character look bad. Obviously you're going to be pissed off. So I don't think that would be a good idea for the pairings and all that kind of stuff, because people are really obsessive about it and they don't want anyone to ruin it, not even the author, okay? Do you think that Shin is a threat for Konoha, and by killing their father, didn't they unlock the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan? That is not how you unlock the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. You unlock it by taking someone else's Mangekyo Sharingan and implanting it into your eyes with your Mangekyo Sharingan, and this combined, that unlocks the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. I guess there are lots of Shin out there who can, you know, swap each other's eyes in order to unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan, the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, sorry. Yeah, that's the only way they can. And do they pose a threat to Konoha? Well, at the moment they are, super psycho and they are just kids, which makes some threats within Konoha. I guess Naruto did not think about it before he recruited them inside of Konoha. Like, they could literally go on a rampage and kill anyone. Like, they've been raised with barely any morals at all. So it's like, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea to, let them inside Konoha. Next question is, so what's gonna happen to the Shin clone? So are they like being turned into the new Uchiha clan because they were taken to Konoha? Well, guess what? My next video, my next proper video, not review or anything to do with the episodes, has to do with that and answers this question. So you're gonna have to stay tuned until that video is released, probably by Thursday. So yeah, that is all I have to say for now. Like, subscribe, and all that bullshit, and I will see you next time. I have nothing more to say. Check out the videos at the end, and bye.